All right, what's up, YouTube? How's everybody doing tonight? We got Cajun on here. I gotta get my YouTube once it wants to finally pop up and everything. Get it muted, which I hadn't done yet.
Got
Hey, Jungle Bob.
got mine muted. Hey, Jungle Bob. How's everybody doing tonight?
Yep, there we go. I got the YouTube muted.
Me too.
Now, did anybody get a chance to see that video that Den Tools put out yesterday, or actually last night? Hey, cool gamer.
Cool gamer. No, sure didn't.
Yep. Hey, Randy.
Hey,
Yeah,
Randy.
Jeff actually went out and he reached out back to me after the live stream Monday. He couldn't find the that Craftsman zero turn on Lowe's website, so I wound up going and finding it. I sent him the link. Hey, Breezy, Raging.
Hey,
There's
Crystal.
Briggs.
Breezy.
Yep, there's
Scott.
Briggs.
How's Mr.
Uh,
Clean tonight?
yep, Tommy.
Hey, Tom.
Uh, but anyways, I sent him the link for that Craftsman zero turn, and he went up doing a whole video on uh, just the zero turn mowers. And he was
Oh,
talking about how doing the panel and everything from Monday night
all right.
and everything. It's like, yeah, that was something that I'm not familiar with.
So he did a video or a live?
Now he just did a video talking about
Oh, okay.
zero turn mowers,
Gotcha.
and yeah, I mean he went in depth and as far as all the different ones that are out there, starting with doing a comparison between the different ones. He actually found one that I didn't even find, and that was a snapper mower. And the weird thing about it was that one was a 30 inch, but it cost more money than a 42 inch.
It was something like the old time snapper,
Yep.
26-inch cut, 30, you had your 26, your 30-inch.
Yeah.
They
Well, this
all
one,
use one blade,
right.
one blade.
Well, this one here was a 30 inch.
Okay, yeah, one blade.
Right. But I mean, like I said, he was talking about all the different sizes. And he actually found one that it was actually like 15 and a half horse, and it's like $400 more for this other one with almost basically the same engine, but it's 5 horses less. It's like, why would you want to spend $400 for a mower that's got less horsepower than this other one?
I remember snapper. That was a real popular lawnmower. The commercials were snapperize your lawn, with the
Right.
ride mowers and their push mowers, self-propelled also. But it was Kiss, keep it simple, stupid.
Yep.
They had a like an 8 horse on the back of these rear engine riders. They had a disc that the engine was turning. They had a rubber wheel when you put it in gear, one, two, three, four, five.
Yep.
That rubber wheel would move toward the inside of that plate and you would go faster,
Yep. Hey,
and then
Wayne.
you had your reverse. And they were just, and not a lot went wrong with them, just usual wear and tear stuff, normal stuff. Hey, Wayne. Okay, hey, Wayne,
Yep.
Scott, Jungle Bob, Randy, Tommy, and Crystal.
Yep.
I think I got everybody.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, like I said, he was doing it, and yeah, he even talked about all the different ones that are gas powered. But then, yes, he did include all the the battery operated ones.
I'm gonna have to get with Richard Hardware. He's got a snapper with I think it's an 8 horse on the back, and he's got a 26 or a 30-inch cut. He can't even cut his grass no more. I'm gonna say, look, before you kick the bucket, man, look, wheel me that lawnmower,
There's money.
because ain't nobody gonna come pick it up. His son ain't gonna come pick it up. He's not gonna. He probably bring a trailer, but I think he just wants all the guns that Richard got,
Yep.
all his long guns.
What's up, Raging?
I don't know. What's up, fellas?
Hey, Regent.
Where you heading? Hiding at tonight?
Yeah, still in Georgia.
Oh
Still
boy.
in Georgia.
Yeah, we pick up a load, going to pick up a load. We got a two stopper on this next load we got to pick up in the morning.
All right.
First
You
stop
know,
is Olive Branch, Mississippi, and then the rest of it goes up to Ohio.
Olive Branch. Ain't that where your headquarters at?
That's where the truck headquarters is. Yeah, not the
Yeah.
company we lease on to.
all right.
Okay.
Hey, bring me back some of those Georgia peaches.
There ain't nothing around me.
All right.
And I'll tell you what. I don't know. By another month, they ought to be ready. The peaches.
Usually about summertime, they start plucking up.
About another month or so, I want to say, because the peaches used to be out right before the watermelon, about 2 weeks before watermelon.
I think when the Georgia peaches come out, my sister and her husband they come down to Georgia. They get a couple crates of them.
And bring them down. Yeah. Well, Georgia, they're gonna come in a little later than down here, because we got
Right.
peach orchards down here too, especially around Ruston. You know, about I-20 up there,
Mhm.
Street, West Monroe and all, Ruston,
Mhm.
Ruston peaches, and I mean it. Look, it's worth the drive up there to go pick up a bunch of crates, come down here and resell them. People load up a pickup full of that stuff.
What's up,
remember the,
710?
remember those pliers we were talking about the other night on somebody's live stream, Cajun?
Those what?
From those pliers from Lyle.
Oh, those disconnect pliers. Yeah.
I want a set from Lyle. They're shipping them to me.
Wow. Go ahead. Oh, you lucky dog. Oh
Who?
I
man.
Who?
woke up today and looked at my Instagram. I had a message from them that said I want a set. I was kind of iffy about it, but they didn't put a link in there for any kind of credit card information or anything like that. So I went ahead. I replied to the message, and then a few minutes later they replied back. They said, "Thank you. We're sending them out to you.
Yeah.
No links, no nothing." So it was the real deal.
Right.
All right. So I'm just wondering whose butt did you have to kiss in order to get those?
I'll get on
Just enter.
Instagram. I guess we were talking about it the other night. I mean, some $35 pliers,
Hmm.
electrical. You know, like your for sensors and stuff in the vehicle.
Yep.
Hmm.
Got the red tab on it. These pliers will unlock that red tab, and you just do like this, rock it, and it's out. That
Yep.
plug is out of that socket. It went in.
Yep.
Yeah, I want a
Uh,
set.
Briggs. Yeah, I wound up doing that yesterday. I got the appointment already set up for tomorrow at 11:30.
That's our money.
Yep. So money,
How you
It
was
is
going?
raining now. Oh lordy.
but yeah.
Then we get on call, eh?
But yeah, I've got that appointment for like I said, 11:30 in the morning, and then I got two stops. Now, mind you, the imaging place is in Red Oak. Um, uh, and then I got, once that's done, then Crystalline, we have two stops over in Waxahachie.
Hmm.
And yes, one of the stops I'm going to be making is Harbor Freight.
Why not?
Well, it's the fact is that, I'm trying to get that, this new bench and everything made um, for the miter saw. And the idea I'm wanting to do, because the way I started on it is like it's going to be three separate pieces. And the floor in this garage is all gravel and dirt and stuff like that, and it's all uneven.
Hey,
And trying
710.
to make sure everything is all level, that's going to be a big pain in the you know what.
Yeah.
And years ago, when I lived out in the country, I had some stuff, made out, some sheds and everything made out of wood. And when I left, it's like, I'll be damned if I'm leaving all this good lumber out here. So I dismantled and brought it all back here. And I'm talking 2x4s, 2x6s, 2x12s, or 2x8s, and stuff like that. And some of these were 16 footers. And like there was no way I'm leaving all that lumber out there. So I brought it all back here, put it in my other garage, and just kind of left it. And then, of course, we know what happened when the price of lumber started going up about 3 years ago. It's like, yeah, it's like if someone saw that, they go, "Oh, I'm a multi-millionaire." And so what I'm doing is I'm taking the 2x6s and I'm getting them cut to 8 foot in length, which that I've already done. But I want to run them, do the edges through the table saw. Well, the biggest problem, they're 8 feet in length, so I got so much hanging off going onto the table saw, and I'm going to have so much hanging off coming off, at the very end. Well, what I'm wanting to do is I'm already called over to Harbor Freight, and they said, yeah, they've got them. And what I'm going to get, let's see if I can find it. There it is. And do this, share. And that's what I'm going after.
That's what I was saying when I was muted. I said, get you one of them catch rollers.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to get. And $15 for being an Inside Track Club member.
Oh, that's cheap.
Yeah, that's exactly. I'm gonna get a couple of them. I can put them and get them adjusted.
Yeah.
Because they'll go up and down, and I'm
Right.
going. I can space them. So far on the end of the table saw, and so much on the outfeed.
Yeah.
And I'll be able to do all the stuff I need to.
Right.
Yeah. And once you
And
get used to it, you won't have to leave the table saw to go around it and all that to catch it. You won't have to. You get used to that roller. Before I had my big shop, I had two of those. I had one for the in feed and one for the out feed.
right
They
now,
wasn't Harbor Freight though. They were a little bit more expensive than that.
see, I've got that Hall Master, and let me find the other one. Excuse
If
me.
you get used to that, you just do it, and then if your tabletop is waxed or slick enough, that two by whatever you're ripping will just slide to the left, away from the blade. Once you clear your blade, slide to the left, and boom, pop it right
Right.
out of there.
Now, see, now if I wanted to get the Bauer, now the only difference is the Bauer, it will go up, I think, 3/4 of an inch higher.
Yeah, your capacity is a little heavy, but you'll never have nothing that heavy on there. Never.
Right, right. And only thing I'm using is I'm gonna be putting like 2x4s, 2x6s, stuff like that.
Right.
Maybe a 2x8 every now and then.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I mean that the other one, it actually does up to 160 pounds. I'm not going to be putting 160 pounds on it. And I mean, the Bauer is $25. Okay, yeah, it's rated for higher, but it won't. It's got those edges on there that if I want to run, say, a piece of plywood that's going to be 24 inches, I won't be able to use that Bauer. I could use the other one. I could use that Hall Master.
Hmm.
But for $15, it's going to be worth it. That's the way I look at it. But like I said, with what I'm wanting to do is, like I said, I've seen several videos out there, guys building miter saw stands. The one advantage they've got over me is they've got concrete floors. Hey, Missy.
Had to go
Uh,
stir the chicken stew. Missy started it, and I'm finishing it.
yeah. But like I said, the disadvantage I've got is I've got this gravel and dirt floor that's all uneven. Um, Now, I was thinking about doing 10 foot on the miter saw. The only problem is if I want to run 10-foot boards through, say, the table saw, I can't do that. I don't have enough length either way. 8 foot is going to be the maximum. Considering the fact the garage itself is only 20 foot. So that's what I wound up doing is going.
If the garage is 20 foot, put put the table saw dap slap in the middle, and you can cut a 18-foot easy.
I wouldn't be able to go 18 foot if I had the table saw right in the middle.
Oh,
would have
yeah,
been-
okay. Oh, yeah, you ain't got no opening. Okay.
Right, and you know.
Hell,
Now, if
you
I
know
went,
what? Actually, I meant a 10-footer.
10 foot wouldn't even do it. I mean, 10 foot would actually be pushing it. 9 foot, I think, might be max as far as what I measured.
Yeah.
But 8 foot, that's going to be right there on the perfect spot and everything, the size. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, I've got my 4 pieces already cut to 8 foot in length, and even though they're 5.5 inches in width, I'm actually going to run them through the table saw and get them down to, I think, about 4 inches. So I'm going to be taking about 1.5 inches off, and then after that, I'll have to get my planer. Unfortunately, I've put that back up on the table saw, and I'll be running them back through to get them down just a little bit off the outer edge. And then I'm actually going to cut dados in them. And get them all glued, and I'll be using like 1.5 inch long that 15 gauge brad nailer. But the way I've got it designed in my head and everything, it's going to be 8 foot total in length, and I'll have one section that is going to be like the bottom is going to be for the miter saw, and it'll come up 2.5 inches, and that's be the rest of it. And dryer's done. Because I know I've seen guys, they've been making them out of 2x4s. Well, yeah, I could, but they've been doing pocket holes, this, that, and the other, and they'll build, 2 sections, sitting side by side, and then basically put a shelf in between.
Right.
But like I said, the advantage they've got is they've got that nice level, flat concrete floor to set it all on. I don't have that.
Oh, Amazon. I wish my Amazon package would come in.
Oh,
She just ordered that yesterday.
Yesterday, and it's in already? Dang, y'all must have a facility right there in your town.
you got 2 of them.
We got one in Vegas, one in Phoenix, and one's 100 miles away. One is
This one came from Phoenix.
200 miles away.
This one came from Vegas.
Oh, this one came from Vegas. So yeah.
Right. So what kind of toys did you get in?
It's a video game book for a new game that's getting released that's not out yet.
Okay. If you need it,
That Miss Money wanted.
Yes, your blanket.
Now I don't have time for games right now. We just opened up our second business now, so we now officially have 2 businesses. I have a silent partner with that, and
Well, 2 silent partners.
well, you don't count. You're married to me. You act like that is a threat. You stab me. You bite me. You
I have not
me.
stabbed you.
Okay, well, you threatened to either way.
Cut
I
that.
would never stab you.
Bit bust up. Bit bust up.
Even if you do it with a handle anyway, you don't know how to use the blade.
Hey, honey. Hey,
Yeah, I do. I ended up cutting myself with it.
See? Ow.
hey, Money. Have you had dinner yet?
Yeah, we went to Del Taco.
Oh, damn it! I was gonna say, don't. You should tell her don't point your finger in front of my face. I haven't eaten yet.
Anything else, smartass?
Huh?
Anything else?
I'm Mel. I've always got something else. You should know all my snappy comebacks by now. You're married to me. If you don't, then you ain't been listening for nothing. Don't go in now. Just go away.
Watch out! Watch out! Watch out!
See? Hello.
Love you too.
Oh.
Hey, point the camera at her. That'll get her to run away.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
They
yeah,
said
she'll
point the
back-
camera at you. That'll get you a run.
she'll back up like a crawfish then.
I'm dressed right now. So
Yeah. The way you're dressed right now, you might get demonetized. Demonetized.
Oh, well, how really bad my sunburn is.
Oh yeah, that too.
Oh.
We went to the air show on the first, and she got sunburned. It was the one day that was actually hot out here, but
What planes were out there?
they had honestly, I'm not going to remember them, so I'm just going to tell you what was, and you guys can tell me what the hell they were. Okay, that's what we're going to do. They had the 1942 Japanese plane. They had the 1943 American fighter plane. Them
Play
two
chicken
would have,
with each other.
yeah, they played literally like they were still would have been like they were doing like they would have been battling with each other.
All right,
They were
hang
playing
on.
chicken.
Okay, you said a 42 Japanese.
42 Japanese plane, 43 World War II plane. They had a 1920 something red plane that the wings look like this, and they're
Okay,
in the middle.
biplane.
Yeah.
World War One.
They had Navy planes. They had
crop dusting.
aircraft. They had the Air Force. They had a lot of Air Force.
The red plane was used for crop dusting for a while, for farming.
Yeah, once it retired out of the military, then they used it for crop dusting for a while because someone privately bought it. Blue Angels were there.
FA-18s.
And then they had some more fighter jets at the end that were the newer ones. They had a stealth bomber there. They had the Navy plane. It was a 747, and its main job that we took a tour in was to fly around and listen for submarines at the ocean from up in the air.
I want to take a tour through the bomber
AWAC.
plane.
They had a bunch of airplanes. Hi, Kiki. They had a bunch of airplanes.
They had a brand
that
new one there that no one was allowed to go in.
Yeah, the first thing, when you join the Air Force and you become an officer, it's the first plane you get, which is a one prop propeller plane. Then you go into a small little Learjet, which would be more like what we all know as private jets size. And then after that, then you go into like a 727 something that you go upscale from there. It said Army had a few
Coast Guard wasn't
Vietnam
there.
helicopters. There were some Apache helicopters out there. There was some.
Probably
Then there were some civilians. There was some civilian stuff too. But the oldest one they had was the red one from 1923ish, I think. And then the World War II fighter planes. The thing that got her because they kept doing it is they would go straight up like they're supposed to, about 5,000 feet in the air. They'll cut the engine and they'll just free fall down to about 1,000 feet. Then they'll turn the engine back on and then go back up again. She's like, "Can these people stop? I am too close to ground zero if that engine doesn't turn on."
All right. Now, the Japanese plane was probably a Mitsubishi A6M, which is also known as the Zero.
Yeah.
You said a 43 fighter. I mean, that could be several different ones. It could be P-51C, because the D hadn't come out yet at that time. It could be a P-40.
I can tell you it was green. It had the white stars on it. It had the top where it slides back, and you could have two people. Same with the Japanese one. I do remember them saying something of a C quality. I don't remember the numbers, but I do remember them saying a C. It was more of a fighter jet. It would like been a pilot, two pilot fighter. It would have been a C class something, but I don't know what.
Well, a fight, now if it's going to be a fighter, being a jet and everything, that would make it an F. A C is going to be considered transport.
Yeah, it wasn't a transport. This thing, they had transports there, but they weren't in the air. They were just where you could walk in and tour them and stuff like that. They did have one, or they had three planes there that you could look at, but you couldn't touch, and even had the cockpit. No, they didn't have it open. They had it. with a foil and everything where you
Oh.
couldn't see inside because
Yeah.
these planes, they brought them there, but these were top secret planes where it's okay to see the outside of them because they look like a stealth bomber. You can't see the inside because even some of the military officials haven't seen inside of these yet, unless you're a
Yeah, it's not
higher rank.
declassified yet.
Yeah.
86%.
So they're you got to be a certain level of classification before you can see inside this plane. So they're
Yeah,
classified.
6%. You missed it last Monday because we actually had dinner tools on here.
Let me bring an umbrella.
Yeah, we'll get you an umbrella next year when we go.
Yeah.
So that was fun. But yeah, we're
Not
starting
what I
the
told
we're
her.
starting the vending machine business now. With Coke and Pepsi for now. We're not doing snacks. We might do snacks later on.
I might get a candy one.
Yeah, we might buy a 3 or 6 candy one and throw inside Walmart or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're doing that because what I'm going to do before we move out there, it's just another way of making money. My silent partner's already said, we get the locations with the LLC and everything. You can go sell the business because there's people, online that'll just buy these.
Right.
Anybody can set them up, and then, you can sell these later on. Or he said, I'll just buy your half, and I might just keep it for myself. And I said, well, you could do that too. And within 2 years, we're looking at this should be around if he buys it from me, he should be giving me close to $35,000 to $50,000. Because by then we want to have 10 machines and things of that nature with a passive income per week. But I found out I'm going to get extra busy when we get out there later and we have the house built because Miss Money is very adventurous.
Hey, you said it was a good idea.
It is a great idea. It's just going to be a lot of work. So we're going to have the Money Maniacs business. I'm going to start the coin business back up. We're going to be doing that with the gold and silver and everything. We're going to start a new vending machine business when we get out there.
Hang on. What crazy idea she got?
We're going to start a car wash when we get out there, and we're going to start a laundromat.
Yeah, we got one car wash.
I'm going to be very busy.
Hey, I do know where there's a existing.
But I'll need
car
employees.
wash at.
Hi.
Now, I do know where there is a car wash at that is being closed for several years,
Kitchen.
and it actually has a spot for big rigs to pull in.
Right, and I'm with that. Yeah, big rigs, RVs. I'd like to do something that would, I'd like to have one bay that could deal with a big rig or, maybe tractors, farm equipment if they want to do that. I'd like to do, or something where you're camping and you want to take your RV and do that, stuff like that. So we are looking at that. We're not really thinking automatic car wash. We're thinking, bays of self-serve, but then it'd be, free vacuums, of course, and things of that nature.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, like I said, I know where there's that one out, and it's been closed now for several years.
Yeah.
And
If you can give me the number, not anytime soon, but if you can give me the number to call, and I can at least talk to the owner about trying to buy the land and everything when we get out there, maybe that might be
one thing you got to watch out for, Money.
There's a lot of things I got to watch out for. What's your one?
Car washes have a huge infrastructure under them. Drainage. Okay.
Yeah.
And going into the city drains or wherever it's located, some kind of drainage. You got to make sure that's all in order and approved by the city before you buy it. And then they tell you, nope, you can't have this, or you can have it, but you got to dig everything up, put everything new in the ground, and reconcrete everything. And that's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, and that's fine, but by the time if I'm getting into the car wash business like that, into the laundromat stuff like that, trust me, it's not going to be like me and Nate are out there putting my house together. I'm going to call some people. They're going to come do it all. And I'm just going to pay them at that point because I'm going to have that kind of money before I even get into kind of that stuff. So it's just I'm not going to go in this willy nilly and go, whoa, what I get myself into? No, I'm bankrupt. No. I research everything and then I double and triple check it. Me and my silent partner on this vending machine business, I haven't been telling anybody. We've been silently looking at and researching and doing everything we need to do since January. And we're just now getting it up and running. And that's kind of one of the main reasons the coin counter showed up. You're going to see over here in the next couple of weeks, if you see me again, there'll be a bill counter machine, for all the 1s and 5s or whatever. But and then we're looking. I'm trying to get machines that have credit card readers. Unfortunately, where I'm at right now,
Yeah, then you
I
got to
found
get a
I found
internet line
two.
for that.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Because where we're looking at putting them is in front of we're going to put a Coke and a Pepsi machine in front of Mater's favorite store.
All afraid.
That's Crystal's favorite store.
Which one?
Harbor Freight.
No,
We're
I'm saying
looking-
which. I know, but I'm saying which store. There's two of them I like going to.
Well, technically, this might cover almost everybody here. We're trying to put a Coke and Pepsi in front of Harbor Freight. We're talking to Lowe's and we're talking to Home Depot.
That'll work.
And
what about Hobby Lobby?
I can talk with them, but their corporate is usually cringes on stuff like that. Now, as far as Home Depot, Lowe's, and stuff like that, there's a lot of foot traffic, but at the same time, yeah, they might sell them inside, but it'll just, especially with it being 120 out here, that'll just appease people if they're just picking up all their lumber in the lumber yard and the Coke machine's just right there. And go, oh, there you go. So we're trying to stick with bottle machines, but we might have a couple of cans. But we're trying to stick with just bottles.
We'll also put water in there.
Well, that, and we're also doing energy drinks. Well, the monsters.
Yeah.
The green and black cans with the green, and we're doing those because those are the easier ones to get a hold of. But yes, we'll also have bottles of water in there because people get in. I'm also going to do a Gatorade or a Powerade to see which one sells better, and whichever one sells the best, and we'll just keep that one going in
I
there.
like Gatorade.
Yeah, most people do like Gatorade over Powerade, so.
Yeah.
But that's what we're doing because everybody always has asked me before, like, are you planning on saving so much money to get moved out there and buy and get everything and start building your house? Well, y'all are starting to learn real quick how. And plus, I'm still driving for the non-medical transportation, but I'm on a set schedule now because of the businesses. I talked to my boss. I'm on a 3 a.m. Yes. We have a license. Now, it only covers snacks and it only covers sodas. I don't have a vending machine if we were to sell electronic, like phone vending machines or something you'd see in an arcade or high-end pieces that you need a separate business license for. I don't have that one. That might be something I look at in Texas, not here, because I'm only doing this me. You're loud. Short time. Now my silent partner, he's probably going to take it, and because he's in his 50s and he's probably just going to retire with it and keep it. But for me, I'm just doing a short time, and I've told him, if you want to expand, this is what you need to buy, and this is what you need to do. But he's okay with just keeping it. If it was just his, he said I would just keep it at sodas. But they are building a new hospital here in town, and so I'm trying to get with them. But unfortunately, when I get with them, I keep getting redirected to, we'll talk to this person. Well, they're in charge of it. We'll talk to this person. I'm getting the runaround from hell with this hospital. Because if we get inside like a hospital, then I will get into more snacks. Then I might get a coffee machine, coffee machines going, and then I'll have to get different business licenses. But I'm not going to go get the licenses if I don't ever need the machines. So Jungle Bob. So yeah, that's. I know that was kind of a long way of answering your question. I apologize, but as for right now, we're trying to just stick with sodas, water, energy drinks because it does get 120 out here. And,
no, it gets to 130.
Well,
that's Phoenix.
No, that's here.
Oh, well, either way.
Phoenix is a lot cooler.
Either way, it's too freaking hot to live in hell.
Well, like I said, it does get hot here in Texas during the summer.
Yeah, but I can do it a month or two instead of, we have it from March to November. I mean, there are people still on Halloween. They only buy certain costumes that are very light and airy. You can't get a whole lot of face paint or the mask or something because you take it off. It's still 80 degrees when you're trick or treating after it's dark, and I'm just like,
Yep.
Right now, Jungle Bob, what we're doing since we're just starting, we're buying it from Smart and Final and Sam's Club is what we're doing. But if we do get up to like 10 machines, that was one of the questions the bank actually asked me when I went and opened up the other business account. Will you be buying straight from the distributor, Coke and Pepsi? And I said, yes, but not for at least 6 months down the road. I'm not going to go buy a half a pallet of Pepsi product and half a pallet of Coke product if I've only got 2 or 3 machines.
Right.
Now, if I've got 8 or 10 machines, yes, I'm going to go. And I did find out through Coke and Pepsi that even if you guys, if you're listening and you drink a lot of soda, you can do this on your own. If you got the money and you're just that kind of a soda drinker or pop drinker. I say pop, but out here they say it's soda. No, it's pop. Anyway, if you buy a half a case of, if you buy a half a case, or not a half a case, when I say half a case, I mean a half a pallet. So if I say half a case, I mean a half a pallet from Pepsi or Coke or more, your cans equal out to only 10 cents a can.
Damn.
Wow.
So yeah, you're talking $1.20 a 12 pack. If it's bottles, it ends up being, and now the cases that we would order if it was bottles from these companies would be the 24 packs that you would get in Sam's Club. They end up being $0.25 a bottle.
Wow. And those
But you
things
have
sell
to
for
order.
$1.80.
Yeah, but you have to order. Coke said that you have to have a minimum of 65 12 packs ordered regularly per week. Pepsi said it was only 50. And that's what they told us out here. Now, our Coke and Pepsi is in Kingman, Arizona, which is 30 miles away from us. And that's what they told. But right now, that's just way too much soda for only a few machines that we have. So we're going to, like I said, and it's all the machines. Just so you know, if you want to know what the machines cost you, if you want to go Jungle Bob without credit cards, so you're just talking coins and bills, you can get those machines refurbished for about $550 a machine, Coke or Pepsi. If you want the credit card on there and everything of that nature, you're looking more about $700 per machine. Now, if you just want to buy brand new, you're crazy, because I can't find them for less than $4,000 a piece. But that's the thing. If you buy refurbished, something happens to it, it's yours. If you buy it brand new, you've got a 2-year warranty no matter what happens to it. So that's something to look at too. So you really gotta look at, do you trust the person that you're buying it from? The vending machine repair business. Do you really know them? Do you trust them? If you do, you might have a buddy down the road that's got a bunch of vending machines that he's selling. As long as you know him and trust him and you've dealt with him, maybe over lawnmowers or cars or something in the past, he does really good work, then yeah, I would say go refurbished.
Yep.
If not, it's a lot more upfront cost per machine.
Yeah, there is.
Okay, so me and my silent partner on considerable startup cost. Yes and no. Me and my silent partner have each saved $2,500. That $2,500 got us 4 machines. That's 2 Pepsi machines, 2 Coke machines, credit with the credit card readers. 2 are credit card readers, 2 are not. And that is enough cases of soda from Sam's Club to fill up the first round of the machines. That's what that money. And so for $2,500, it's not bad, but that's what it was for half the cost. Now, for me, and if you just do it on your own, yeah, if you do 4 machines, you don't want to do less than 4 machines, and I'll tell you why in a minute. You're looking at more about $5,000. The reason you don't want to do less than 4 machines, you want to do 4 or more, and because 4 is your sweet spot number. 2 Cokes, 2 Pepsis. It's your sweet spot number for inventory. It's your sweet spot number for overall sales, because you're giving people plenty of choices, options. Yes, thank you. And and those machines, if you're in, like, say, if I were to put some in Dallas, which is just short of where Mater is, if I were to put some in, I would probably have to go up there every other day. But now if I just put them in, like, here in town in front of Lowe's, Home Depot, Harbor Freight, we have to go about once a week. Take out the coins, take out the money, the bills, count it, we split it, and then what we do is I'm putting mine away to move after I buy more inventory. But we're making, we're estimating. I'll know more in a couple of weeks, but we're estimating $400 to $500 per week out of all 4 machines. Now that includes the credit card sales, that includes the coins, and that includes the bills. That includes everything.
Now,
And
let me ask you this. Okay, on the ones that got the credit card machines, how do you get that money from the credit card company?
Okay, so it's what they call, what is the machine holding? What's its profit on one flip of inventory on a single machine?
Hey, Ed.
So 2 machines per local. Hey, Ed, yes. Ed's over there going, I'm going to do that. I'm gonna have everybody in the vending machine business, side business here in a minute. What they do is they put it in what they call, the bank calls it batches. Now, your POS system, no, I don't mean piece of crap. Your point of sale business, which is the credit card machine, you have to find out when you first buy the vending machine, because there's some out there that will transfer every 3 days, transfer every 4 days, or they transfer every 7 days. I like the ones that transfer once a week, because I like my totals weekly, so it helps me with my taxes on a quarterly method, and it helps me with tax write-offs, tax deductibles, things of that nature, and it's just easier for me. So you have to find out which POS system they're on, and of that nature. Now, what does a machine hold, and what is the profit on one flip of inventory on a single machine? We haven't filled our machines all the way up. If you're talking cans, they have a 600 can limit. Now you're talking all different varieties of soda. You know, it's up to 600 cans. There's some that'll hold 800. There's some that'll hold 400. If you're talking bottles, it can hold anywhere from 300 to 400. What me and my partner are doing is he's checking it every day. And the reason he's checking it every day right now is he's trying to just get data, so that way he knows. Obviously, I know the weekends are going to be busier here, but since we're at hardware stores, are the weekdays more busier when they're actually working, or is it more busy when people are just coming in and buying things on the weekend on their days off? So he's trying to get data. So what we're doing right now is we're only putting 1 case of soda in per thing. Now, obviously, we're going to jump that up, and we're going to boost that up and fill it up later on. Just that way we know, okay, Cokes are a little slower, or not Cokes, but root beers are a little slower. Mountain Dew was gone in one night, so we know. And it's just, you play with your data. You have to play. So it's hard for me to answer that question, because it depends on location. That's your number one key, is getting the location. How much foot traffic is in that location? Because if you're in a hospital and it's busy and you're in a waiting room, yeah, you might get a bunch. But if you're at, say, an office building and it's a Monday through Friday thing, they're closed on the weekends, you're going to be busy 5 days out of the week. And how much soda are they drinking? Are you in front of, obviously stay away from grocery stores because you're competing, and you also want to go somewhere where you're not really competing. That's why I chose hardware stores. We're not competing at a hardware store. They're not in there selling 12 packs of Pepsi on the shelf. I'm not competing with, versus, a Safeway or a Kroger or a Publix or something like that. It's okay to put them in front of Sam's Club if you can. Usually Walmart does their own, Costco, things of that nature. But again, you're competing. You try not to want to compete. You really don't want competition around you. Another good place that I have found out is, you would think would be a mechanic shop. You would be wrong.
Right.
A tire shop is where it's at. If they just do nothing but tires, like Superior Tire or a Goodwill or a Michelin tire shop,
Biggie
put them in there. because people will always go and get a soda while they're waiting for their tires to be rotated or whatever, even if they're not thirsty. I've seen it over and over. We have a tire shop, and I was just watching them for a while. And people that didn't even want one, they would just buy one, stick it in their purse or stick it in and just take it home and chill it out later. For some reason, at a tire shop, everybody buys a freaking soda or an
What
energy
about
drink.
like a quick change oil place?
Your lube place you want to stay away from, and I'll tell you why. After it's the Cajun's word conflui. Since that happened, you want to stay away from those because now most of them are drive ups and they make you stay in your car, so you're not really going to get foot traffic.
Here in town, we had a couple of them that actually have a little waiting room.
Well, yeah, they're still going to have waiting rooms. But a lot of them, like Pennzoil, Valvoline, and stuff like that, they're trying to get everybody just to drive in and sit in their car now and not have to get out.
Yeah. Huh. Well, here they don't actually let you drive the car into the shop. They actually have the employee do it.
Yeah, and Jungle Bob, that's another good thing. You also want to think of safe locations, but necessarily you don't have to worry about too safe a location. And here's why: as long as you're at a business that has, like Lowe's. I'm going with Lowe's and Home Depot and Harbor Freight because that's where we're setting them up. So I'm staying with those stores. They got cameras everywhere, even outside.
Yep.
And so if something happens to my machine, I can go straight to any manager. They'll take me right into the security office, and they'll let me know, hey, this had happened on this day. We can file a police report. We can get the cops out here. We see who it is. We may or may not catch them, but that's another thing with having a business. You want to get business insurance, and that's what we're looking into right now. And we did find one where it's only going to cost us $5 a month per machine, and that's here. So for every machine I get, add $5 per month to my insurance bill. Right now we're at $30 a month. No, it's not, and it covers up to $500 with no deductible. And like I said, as long as you don't have a credit card reader, it pretty much pays for your machine.
Like you mentioned the hospital earlier.
Yes, I did.
A lot of hospitals already have vending machines with snacks and stuff, because in the hospitals and courthouses, it's always an affiliation of the blind. Like Louisiana affiliation of the blind or Texas affiliation of the blind. It's always
some of them. Now the ones out here, the hospital wants nothing to do with them. And the reason the hospital wants nothing to do with them is the only ones the hospital wants to deal with are the ones in the actual cafeteria. The ones in the cafeteria do belong to that hospital or that franchise. But if you're in like an ER waiting room, or if you're in a hallway where by a doctor's offices are, those are privately owned. But that's usually the first when people have vending machine business. That's usually the first place they hit. I necessarily don't. The only reason I'm talking to this hospital is because they're still putting in they're still framing this hospital right now. They even got walls up yet. That's why I'm trying to just talk to them. Ed the old tech guy, sales tax is a pain in the rear to figure out too. Not necessarily. There are certain states. I'm in one of them. Now I'll have to learn Texas's laws when I get out there. Because you can get a write-off. I got to find out what the tax write-offs are for a machine business, and what that means is like the depreciation of the machine for wear and tear, how old it's getting. So it depreciates. So that is a tax write-off, but I don't know how much in this state. Inventory expenses is also another tax write-off, but only if you're proving that you either lost a little bit of money because the product went bad, or you're breaking even. Now, if you're making a profit on anything, you can't write that off, but at least that option is there. Gas and driving expenses are another one that you can write off. Say, especially like if, obviously everybody knows that I'm moving next door to Mater when we build a house. Everybody's going to see the miniseries when we get done. Dallas is, depending on what part of Dallas I'm in, I could be going 35, 40 minutes one way, and that's with no traffic, to go fill up my machines and everything. So gas time, and you can write that stuff off. You can write off your tires. You could write off, different things of that nature.
Hey, Ralph.
Hello to everybody I missed. Hi guys, sorry. So these are things that I've got to go ask my banker, and I have a personal banker now. His name's Sean. He's an assistant branch manager, and he's the only one I deal with when it comes to, not with my personal one. I'll just go in there and just whatever. But
hang on a minute. All right, I need to go get a refill. So y'all take over, and I'm also going to
me too.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go get me something that Money has already seen in the private stream.
Oh, you lucky son of a.
Yeah. So nobody's seen it because it's something that I was not expecting.
I'm happy for you though.
All right. So I'm gonna go get
happy. I cannot be happy.
Now,
okay.
I do have one that's still out here that I didn't realize.
Jungle Bob, I'm moving so close to Mater. His front door will be what, 50 feet or 100 feet from my front door?
Something like that. Now, I'm gonna put myself solo and give y'all a little bit of a.
Ed, I'm going to. Oh, and Ed, real quick. I'm sorry, Mater, real quick. Ed, the thing I called you on, we discussed last week. My guy has not been in town because he had a family emergency. He's got a note on his door. He won't be back till next Monday. Ooh, a Merc dime. I see a Merc dime.
Mercury dime.
Yep.
And then I will call you back. I did not forget about what we talked about, Ed. And so as soon as he gets back into town, I'll give you a ring.
Yep.
Coin store.
Right. So I'll be right back.
All right. So and then me and my son, we just went and saw that today in the theaters. That was actually a really good movie. It's actually better than I was thinking. He's a big Mario fan, so he's been waiting.
I was going to tell you earlier I was muted though, Money. We got a Oil Express over here, Mark and Becky Daigle, local people on it.
Right.
And you park and you give your keys or you leave your keys in your vehicle to the attendant. And, it's like one of them 10, 15-minute jobs and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But their daughter owns the little trailer, the little snow cone stand. Got Cokes, snowballs, like New Orleans style snowballs, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Saved ice. And everybody that's waiting on their cars, they not in no hurry to get the oil changed. All they want is a snowball.
Right. And that's another thing that she was thinking of too out here. Now, no, not Texas, but out here, she was like, what about a snow cone machine for the summertime out here? Because especially if we drive by the,
you gotta have
river.
You gotta have somebody running.
I said, well, now you're talking employees. Now you're talking, I'd have to have like a little truck with a trailer or something like that. You're talking a lot more in depth. Vending machines, those are just set up and they work for the, you go and fill them up and grab the money and go, unless something's jabbed or something broken, you fix it, whatever.
With a snowball machine, you need, because that's shaved ice. You need somebody to actually operate the ice machine. You catch it in the paper cone.
And get the syrup, coloring on, whatever syrup you want.
Syrup, yeah. And they got one across the street from Champagne. And somebody in their yard, they have a little trailer that they bought. It was already set up, and all they do is run a big old heavy duty extension cord to it. And
nice.
And
do they have do they use any all the time. Do they use any generator or anything to power it up either?
No, that's what I was saying. They just use a big old extension cord from their house or from their meter post.
Okay. Well, yes, that works.
Oh yeah, the machines work on 110. The shape, the ice machines work on 110, and you got them big blocks of ice, and that machine is refrigerated. So you need like a big block of ice. There were two old women that used to have a little building on Maud Avenue, where I grew up at. And I would love to go to town. We were raised in the country, out of town, and I would love to go to the tire shop that my uncle owned. And because 1 block away, there was the snow cone stand right there.
We have an idea. We're thinking about doing it because, on the Money Maniacs channel, because we do gold and silver and currency, but we talk about everything money. So we are thinking about, I don't know if you guys would watch them, but we are thinking about doing, how much does our vending machines make? How much money did it cost to set up? Doing videos to kind of show everybody, what does it actually take them behind the scenes to maintain them, get them running? Not just, hey, I made $600 this week and watch all the quarters and dollar bills. But no, I'd actually get more in depth with it of, yes, this is actually what it takes. You're going to get 500 no's before you get one yes to set one up. And so if you guys would be interested in something like that, then I'll, me and my silent partner will start making videos, but we haven't yet because of privacy too. So. That's why I've got a list here of gas and driving expenses, inventory expenses, the depreciation of the machine. What are tax write-offs for machine businesses? Sean's my tax guy. I need to ask him. I meant to put it in the state of Arizona because each state's different. But yeah, so I'm making a list so when I go in and talk to him, I can. Okay. Because he's pretty knowledgeable at stuff like that. He more focuses on nonprofit accounts, but he's been very knowledgeable with me setting up these sole proprietaries, which has been very nice. And so, but I gotta go over here real quick, and since my daughter stole $1 from me earlier. We're gonna mark that down. Yeah, but I took $1 from you. Yeah, we had we were going to do that video, but we didn't. We decided not to. But we had $1,000. We had $1,000, $1,069 in quarters, dimes, and nickels. Is what we had in these jars over here. Now, all that's not from the vending machines, but it's just change that I've had here too, separated. But yeah, we're gonna do. What's the sub for the night, William? Did you go? Are you gonna turn your camera?
Hang on.
Are you
doing something else?
I'm just asking.
I know.
Okay.
Just hold your pony.
I don't want to hold. I hold my Second Amendment hat. Oh, we got this at the air show. I got 3 of them.
Ooh, nice.
And they're all the same. I got one for the wife. And hey, backwoods.
Yeah, backwoods.
And, backwoods. 2 of my favorite things. Things that go really fast and guns. Everybody was like, I thought it was gold and silver. That's the money side of me. I can't believe what gold and silver is doing, Cajun. That's crazy.
Yeah.
$25. Right. We're back to 25 an ounce. I'm like, shoot.
Now,
go ahead.
All right. Now, here's the thing. Last week, before we had a departure from the area, I went looking for the title from my mom's car. And, of course, my mom's mind and everything, she didn't remember where it was at.
Oh, wait. Did you find it yet?
No, haven't found it yet. And really haven't been looking again and everything because everything else has happened. But the fact is that she didn't know if it was in the safe deposit box at the bank. I'd never been in it. I didn't even know where their vault and everything was. I never paid attention because I really hadn't been into that branch. So wound up going over there, and of course I had a key and everything. I've always had a second key for going in there. I had no idea what was in that box. I didn't even know how big it was. I didn't know if it was the smallest one or if it was one that was going to be like this big. Okay. And the lady pulled it out, and it's like, oh, okay. Come to find it's like a 3 by 14 by 18, or no, 3 by 10 by 18. It's like, oh, okay.
So it's one of
But,
those
you know,
long flat, one of those long
Yeah,
flat
the
ones.
flat one.
right, right.
Yeah.
So
That's normal.
right. So it's like, hey, I'd never seen it, never been through it. I had no idea what was in it. Okay. So I went off in the little room and everything, opened it up, and inside, first thing I saw was a brown paper bag. Like, the hell's in here? I picked it up. I'm hearing clink, 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 clink. Like, what the hell? Open it up. It's like, oh my God. I did not know this was in here. When I say clink, clink, mind you, this is just, you already saw one of the things that I found in there.
I hear silver.
Wow. Silver.
I'm going to make myself big here.
I hear stacks of silver.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Morgan.
Morgan.
no, I think that's what you call a peace dollar.
Oh, it's a piece. It looked like a Morgan in the camera.
Looked like a Morgan in the camera.
It sure did.
Yeah, that was a piece.
But unfortunately, it's not a 1921. Unfortunately, it's only a 1926.
I'd rather have the 28.
Yeah,
but-
28. Yeah, that's your one of your big key dates right there. 28.
I thought 21 was.
21 is only because 21s are high reliefs. 28 are the ones that
21 high
collectors
relief,
want.
and
They're the ones that-
and 1922 high relief, but those I think were only in proof.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, I thought this was a 1928, but it's only a 23.
Oh, yeah, some of the 23s kind of resemble the 8.
Yep.
Yeah, we thought for a minute it was the 8, and I'm over here hooping and hollering like, I hope it is.
Oh yeah, that's $500 coin.
But then I've got, there's like 3 of them are 1926 and one 1923. But then it's like, oh, you got to be kidding. A Morgan.
There's a Morgan.
Yeah, I actually got a Morgan.
Okay.
And
Why
it's
can't I get this lucky and just find this stuff?
1890. So I found that, and then I come across this one, and then Money's going, you found a what? This is what was real killer. 1878.
Okay.
And Cage and I had him double, triple check because I could have sworn it was an 8-tail feather, but it wasn't. It was
Yeah, I was gonna
standard
say, have you
7.
counted the tail feathers?
Yeah. It's only it's a 78 Philly, 7 feathers. It's a
Okay.
$35 one. You know.
Okay. Now, which one has the arrow? Is it the year after that one?
Yeah.
79 with the arrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So, and that was something I was not expecting to go and find was silver. And I'm gonna go smaller here.
And there's another.
You didn't even get to all the rest of it yet.
Those
And
are
there's
still in the house, but I did find.
Okay. Yeah.
What I say?
Tell 'em-
Found about 10 pre-64 silver $half still in the wrapper.
He found
Wait,
three
what now?
rolls of $half Cajun. That and the ender was a 1964.
Kennedy. Okay.
And I opened them because they were bank wrap rolls, and he ended up with I believe it was 8 64s, 2 or 3 Benjis, and he ended up with a roll and a half of 40%ers.
Wow.
Yep.
Along with, you ended up with what, 20 or so silver quarters? Or
Something like that. And then,
So you found a little silver hole there. Coin
yeah,
hole.
but then how many,
But he did find
bicentennial-
clad too, because he had, because you had $8.50 in bicentennial halves that I would. They're clad Cajun, but these coins were been in this. I would grade those. I mean, oh my
Those
gosh, I
are
would grade
great.
those.
Yeah, gradable.
Those
BU.
are very gradable.
Beautiful.
He ended up with 5 Ikes, but they're all clad. So he ended up with about another $12-13 face value of clad coins mixed in with the
Any
silver.
S's are going to be silver, and S
Yeah, they
stands
were
for
all
silver.
they were all
In San
Philadelphia's.
Francisco.
Yep.
But we added it up, and I just told them just silver melt. Now, of course, that was the Morgans and Peace dollars. I just did silver melt. I didn't,
Right.
because we know they're $30-35 a pop right now. It don't matter
Right.
what they are. We know that.
Make 40 for the
yeah,
1878. No, do you have any 1879s in there?
No, he
No.
didn't.
He didn't? Okay, because one
Um,
thing you got to look for in those also is the reverse, the obverse, the reverse of the Morgan. They got them from 1878 on 1879, and those are a semi-key date.
No, he ended up finding, without even realizing, just in silver melt. Now this is just melt. He ended up finding $467 in
I was
silver.
going to say about $500 for all that. No, I wasn't too far off.
Yep. And I did. There were some silver dimes. Of course, found the that first one I showed you.
Yeah, that Mercury dime.
That
Yeah, the
Mercury
43.
dime. Yeah, and there was
kind of
some.
one they got.
But I found about 6 or 7 of those.
On 6 or 7 between Mercs and Rosie silver dimes.
Yeah.
That were in there.
And there was just a couple. Wasn't it just about 2 or 3 Benjis?
You had a 49, a 53, and I think a 58. So 3 Benjis.
I think there's a 53S. That's kind of. There's really no key dates on a Benji.
No,
I think it's a 53S or D.
It's a 40. It's a 49S.
49.
And it's a 55 because everybody looks for the Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, Bugs Bunny.
So those are the 49S and the 55 are the only 2 that people really look at.
I don't know why I'm thinking 53D or S.
Yeah, because that wouldn't be a quarter either.
That rings a bell for some reason.
But yeah, that was quite surprising to open up the box and see that bag and it's like I looked at that roll of coins, I was like 64 and here's a complete roll. I'm going
I'm over here. Cage, I'm over here. I told Mater, I said, if you're hard up for money, I got $500 with your name on it.
There you go.
But Crystal, we were actually on our way into Waxahachie to do something, and Crystal wound up texting him. He calls and says, hey, when you get, call me when you're back home and we'll do a private chat.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what all he had. So I brought out the books because I didn't know if he had key dates, non-key dates. Oh, and then he found some old Canadian bill currency from 1953. He found
I gotta go lean on the top. I'll be back.
And what was that other one? That other foreign one?
I think it was Pakistan.
Pakistan from the 40s or 60s or something.
Something like that. I don't remember the year and everything.
I think it was during a war, but yeah. So, but yeah, that was yeah. So sorry, I didn't mean to get on the coin discussion with it. He brought it up. I didn't bring it up.
Yeah. But it's just the fact that it was something I was not expecting.
Hey, outbidding me.
Right now,
I win.
That would not even 540. I don't think that would even get all this right now.
No, with silver going up right now, it's I like a 541. All right, just because it's Ed, I'll go out. No, honestly, with silver and that's I get a lot of emails coming in too in the last couple of days that people missing me in YouTube because I haven't even hung out on coin channels or coin chats or anything. Mater's bidding on his own stuff. No proxy bids here.
Did that Crystal put that in there?
No, I did.
Oh, okay.
That was him bidding on his own crap.
I'm
No,
bidding
but
I'm bidding to raise the price on it.
because of
Oh yeah, they got a bidding
the
war going on. I'll give you 535 for all that money.
but
540.
but because of the banks, and we all know what's going on with inflation and everything, and people are putting their money into something safe. And this is my take on it. Yes, I'm a gold and silver guy, and I'd love to sell everybody all the gold and silver you want. But do me a favor. Don't buy gold and silver right now. Here's what I would buy instead. If you're going to spend that kind of money, now I would like for everybody to have a little bit of gold and silver in their portfolio, but don't go $3,000, hog wild a month on it. If you're going to spend that kind of money, and I'm not saying 3,000, I'm just saying, of $300 to $500 a month, put something. Maybe you already have 10 or 20 of them. I would still be buying guns.
Yep.
Because when the recession starts really hitting, those are going to be almost number one. That is going to spike up. So if you're going to buy anything right now, I would be buying the pew-pews. And then after the recession hit is when I would actually buy the gold and silver. That's what I would do.
Okay, like right now, I'm on the other favorite site for the unusual stuff. They've got on here, they say approximately 23, 66 to 69 Kennedy halves. Okay.
So you've got a bunch of those.
18. Yeah, they got 23 of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little. That's a little over
starting bid was $35.
Hey, Renegade.
Oh, that's a really good starting bid, because for 23 of them, they're 40 percenters. You're looking at 69 to 70 some dollars, because it's a roll plus 3 coins is what that is. You're looking about $80 worth of silver right there. So yeah, if you can get it for if you could get it for 60, with the fees, after plus the fees and everything, you're right at melt. So I would still buy it. That's what I would do. And a lot of people don't like 35% and 40%, but I'm here to tell you, when SHTF hits, and it might hit again, silver. At the end of the day, that lower nickel is going to get you a loaf of bread. That 40% and half dollar might get you a gallon of milk. You want some of that in your arsenal, because you don't just want 1 ounce or gold, because you don't
you want what they call change. You
want
and you got
diversify
change with. Instead of cutting a piece of silver bar off with a hacksaw or whatever.
Exactly.
If you only got 5-pound bars or rounds, you got to cut a little piece off of that and weigh it, and cut another little piece, weigh it. Just like in the old days with the pieces of 8, they cut them in half or quarters, or 8.
Now, didn't you say? Now didn't you say that 21 piece dollars are key date?
Oh, they are, because
they're high relief.
All 21s are high relief, Cajun.
All 21s?
All 21s are high relief. The 22s are the only ones that were high relief or proofs. Yeah. Everything else was not.
But there's there's just a certain mint mark that will high relief, right?
Right.
21. Okay. All right.
No. All 21s were high relief.
Really?
Yes. All 21s are high relief. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Okay. Because I knew there was one day they were all, and I was just thinking it was 22s in the proof.
No. The 22 is the certain date, because it's only the key date, or the proof coin, which is only 1 mint. So that's the one. But there's very little of the 22s out there. That's why. But you can ask any coin guy, even away from me and Cajun, 28 is the one you want.
Yeah, that's a nice key date. I think J Who has one also.
And I don't care if that is I don't care if that's a
J Who has a 28. He was in my live stream, him and Ed, and J Who sent me some pictures on my phone. Now that was my other phone, and I don't have those pictures anymore. But anyway, J Who's got a 28.
Nice. Right. Because even in a G4 slick on a 28, in the red book, it starts at $350.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. That's a $500 coin.
Yeah.
Now, for 4 21 piece dollars.
Okay.
So what would you put the price on something like that?
Depends on condition. Now, if we're talking MS condition coins, $800 to $900 for all four of them. If we're talking pocket coins, $400 to $450 for all four. It really depends on condition,
Well, right
and it
now,
also depends on if they're graded or if they're raw.
well, these are raw. I mean, these are not. I would not put them in. I'd say maybe a VF condition.
Okay, so there's still details there, but it's getting
Right.
stripped down a little bit. All right.
Not really. I mean, okay. What's the next step up from a VF?
Well, VF and XF are the same. Then that's when you start into AU.
Okay.
VF,
Let's say
up from VF is
AU.
XF.
Okay. Right now, current bid is $105 for all four of them.
Oh, all right. Yeah, but here, take my money. Where's my money? Hang on a minute. Take my money. I could flip those sleeping. I could try. Oh my God. Aw. Why did I spend all my money on vending machines? I'm kidding. I'm glad I did.
Now, what about? Hang on. Here's some more piece dollars. Let me see what the years are.
Have a good night, custom screen printing.
Unfortunately, four of them are. There's five of them. Four of them are 22. The other one is a 23.
22s and 23s and 26s are
So
very
you
common.
got some 21 piece dollars?
I found some. Is what I'm saying.
No, on his website he found some for sale.
Oh,
He doesn't have any.
oh, okay.
That's one thing I don't have is silver shot. I don't have
Hey,
any
Wayne.
silver shot.
God bless, buddy.
All right.
Cajun, you got any silver shot to sell right now?
No, I never even owned any silver shot. The only thing I've owned in generic silver was just generic rounds,
Oh yeah,
you know, and bars, 1 ounce stuff.
Yeah, I don't have
All
any.
right. Okay. American
Ed,
Eagle dollars.
Ed, I can get you some. You want 1 ounce, 5 ounce, 10 ounce, or you just don't care? Or
Silver shot is more for people that do pours and stuff.
Yeah, but it's also a good thing to have if you're prepping too. If you're
Yeah,
prepping,
well,
it's all
you know,
you
sometimes
can weigh out 10 grams or something, and you know.
Sometimes
Right.
silver shot is more expensive than you know, you're gonna have 4 9s fine silver shot. Okay,
Right.
it's always gonna be 4 9s fine or 3 9s fine. But the silver shot sometimes is more expensive than generic rounds because they have to make it into the little ball, you know, and so many little balls.
Money.
Sometimes silver shot is way more, not way more, but you're gonna be
Yes,
paying
so-
more of a premium for silver shot than generic round.
All right. Now, 93 to 95 American Eagle dollars.
No, American Eagle. Your 94 is a semi-key date, which I don't consider it. 93 and 95. You're looking at 40 a piece.
Oh,
Max.
your silver eagles, okay.
Max.
But there's 13 of them, and current bid
Oh, well. Yeah, well.
is $400.
No.
Yeah, because if you're looking at 40 a piece, it would be 10. So if you add the other 3 ounces of silver on top of that, you're at about $32 an eagle, which is actually
Yeah, but it's gonna go
about
up.
where-
That's what I'm thinking.
yeah, it'll go up, but unfortunately, that's where people want to be with eagles is right there. But after you add your closing costs and everything else on them, your buyer's fees, then it's not
Yeah.
worth it anymore.
Yeah,
Right.
it ends up being like 45 per.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
another
No.
one I found on here. Yeah, they got a couple of 99 American Eagles, and then there's the 1899 S Morgan.
1899 S Morgan is a run of the mill. Your 93S is your key date S Morgan. That's the one that starts at 3,500 and goes up.
Okay.
Your 99S is a common date. When you start getting into the 90s, the two mints you want to talk about are your 93S, obviously, and your CCs. Your
Right.
CCs are, oh my God.
Yep.
And 90s. Now, your Philadelphias and your San Franciscos are
I have
And
a
now
little.
I know there's a couple of dates of the New Orleans
Hey,
that
machinist.
in the '90s that are worth money, but I can't remember.
Yeah, because you have your O over O and then O over S and then S
Well,
over O. You know, they
yeah.
borrowed the
Well,
dies. Different mints borrowed the dies from each other when they ran out of when all their dies broke and shattered. Because that's why you got a lot of VAMs out there.
well, you know, the one coin that I don't like, and I really don't, is the 1900 O over CC. I hate that they did an O over the CC.
Why would they?
It's still
do
worth
that?
some money because
They
they had so many. They had so many, and the New Orleans Mint needed some, so they sent them down
they sent them their dies.
via strong box or what you have you on the train or on the carriage. And when it got to the mint, they stamped the O over the CCs on each one, so now they knew it was from the New Orleans.
Right. They tried to get rid of the CC as much as they could, then stamped the mint mark into the
But
dies, and you can still see the CC and then the O right in the
you can see that. And what people look for in the O over CC, you'll see the O, but you're looking for the line that curves in the middle of the O. That means that's part of the CC.
Right.
Part of the C. That's what they're looking for.
It's going to look like this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's going to have that curved line in the middle of the O.
Yep.
So.
Hey, Patrick. And no, Mater doesn't need to wake up. You do.
Hey, Patrick.
Yeah,
I need to go to bed. I gotta get up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, now there is. Ooh, that's a nice looking Morgan. But that's
Money, I'm
from
having fun. I'm
21.
rearranging.
1921 Morgan.
Running what?
Hey, Spring. I'm rearranging.
What are you
The craft room.
rearranging?
The child is gone. I have a
was
room
gonna say
that I can move tote boxes
That's
into.
why I'm. Yeah, how come your stuff is not already in there yet? I'm looking at a whole lot of stuff behind you.
Well, this stuff is,
And
most of this stuff is staying. This right here is dishes and Pyrex.
woman, if it is a craft room, all your stuff needs to go in the craft room and organize it.
This is not crafting.
I'm talking about the orange balls behind your chair.
You're talking this shelf.
Yeah.
The gray basket. I'm working on them, but money, I have this wall over here.
That's why I said you gotta organize.
I did. I filled up an empty tote box that didn't get used.
What happened to Raging?
He
had a phone call.
He said he had to take a phone call.
All right.
And if he does that with his headset, it'll.
Now, what about Barber Have?
Renegade, where did you get in? I'm curious.
Hey, Renegade.
Barber has anything Barber, you're going to have a little bit of collector value on top of the silver. So if it's a Barber half, like I told you before, it's a $50, 90%. You start at a $10 base for the silver. Now the Barber halves, there's some places I can go and I'll get them for $13 a piece in a dunk bin. Some places I'll get them for $13.50, and there's other places that'll sell them for $15 all day.
And they always so worn. And like on a website, they always so worn out because the good ones are a premium.
Yeah, they're either already graded or they're already in a 2x2 flip, and they've got a different price tag on those, separate from the other ones.
Right. I didn't know if they would be worth looking at.
No,
well, they're worth looking at.
But
it just depends on what if the face is gone, and it's not. It's melt, and that's it.
Barber, Charles E. Barber, and I was going to do a seminar when Ken Peavy, the professor, was alive, and well, he passed away, and we never did have that seminar. And I missed the one right before. I wasn't prepared for it. I was signed up, and so I had to back out.
Yep.
And anyway, I was going to do a seminar on Charles D. Barber. He was a mint director at one time. Plus, he was a coin designer and an engraver. Well, his designs were awesome, but the engraving wasn't there. Okay, that's why you see the V nickels. Okay, well, they also called a Barber nickel because Barber designed a V nickel, the Liberty nickel. It's V nickel, Liberty nickel, Barber nickel. We called them Barber nickels when I was 6, 7 years old.
Yeah.
And they wear out because Barber designed that coin and was the engraver. So,
You
and
know,
all your barbers, your dimes, your quarters, your halves, all of them got slick in a skinny minute.
Cajun, between you and me, I wish they would have kept the Barber nickels going longer instead of
Yeah.
changing it over to the Buffalo nickels, because they still had all the other Barber coins. I wish they would have kept the Barber nickel, the V nickel, going, until they went to the Jefferson. I'm not saying I don't like the
Well, they
Buffalo,
did.
but
They had their 20-year run on them.
I know, but I'd have liked to see more of like a 30, 40 year,
Nice
Yeah,
Renegade.
yeah.
And no, that's actually a set of 2 baskets right here. They're
Damn.
set, and they're not going to come down unless one of the cats come in from the kitchen and deliberately knock them down.
Now,
I've
who
got 'em
did the Buffalo? What Frank?
Oh, I don't remember the person's name on the
Frank.
Buffalo.
That was Frank. Anyway, his initials are
Hey,
there
Ernie.
on the front of the coin. So,
Ooh,
Hey, Ernie.
did I just hear an echo?
no, that
I
was
didn't.
probably me. Hey, Ernie. Sorry.
Oh,
The Buffalo were the dates worn out real fast.
Man,
no. And then they changed the design on the Buffalo nickel, just like they did the Standing Liberty quarter. And then the dates wouldn't wear off as much.
I wish this Morgan was not as in bad a shape. 1897 O.
that's a semi-key date.
Is it?
I think. Hang on.
It's
No,
in bad shape.
I'm thinking 97 cc. Uh-oh. Yeah, when you start talking, like I said, the 93S and the rest of them that really people go after is hi Arnie, is the CCs. They really want the CCs in the 90s. Now your 83, 84, and 85, or your GSA hordes and all that, those are common. Yeah, they're still worth a few $100, but a hardcore Carson City collector, they either want the Carson Cities from, before Morgan, so the trade dollars, your half dollars, your dimes, or they want the Carson City golds, or they want the Carson Cities, if it is a Morgan, in your 1890 era.
Right.
Now,
Damn,
think
they got a whole bunch of lots here on Barber quarters. And I'm looking at one, there's like 24 in the lot. And starting bid's going to be $95.
Yeah, but that's going to jump quick.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't mind your website, Maynard, but honestly, if I'm going to spend money like that, I'm going to spend it with a few different dealers that I know of. If I'm going to do online, I'm either going to do my APMEX wholesale website, which AM Bullion wholesale, because I get dealer to dealer prices,
Right.
or I'm going to deal with
I
certain.
know, Bob, but the kitten has gotten up there where that basket is, and she didn't like it when I thumped her nose and picked her up, held her at shoulder level, and then let her drop. That's the only punishment my cats get.
Or are you certain
That's it.
sellers that I've used before on eBay? I'll use that. But.
Right.
But yeah, my cats don't get up there very often.
Just like that thing behind us, that half sheet, because it's only $16 bill. That half sheet, I bought it at an actual store for $70. I bought that for $75 without the frame. We actually had that professionally framed at Hobby Lobby, and they charged us $148 for the mat and the frame and everything for what the frame we picked out. and we had it appraised with professional framing and everything at 300. So
Yeah. So for 120, 140 bucks, you got more than double your value in it.
well, no, because I paid 75 for the currency. I paid 120. So for 195, I made it's worth 300, so I made 105 bucks. So it's not bad.
Yeah.
So,
And that will go up.
and yeah, and those are from 1981. So that was the date on that. I just wish they were star notes. If they were star notes, then it would probably be triple that. But that's okay. And then I still do have everything up here. Coins, and then Harry Potter stuff. There's the bills. More over there. Map quarters up there. That's what I look at.
Arnie, after losing Mia, you do need to keep on top of her health.
Yep.
Because even though cancer is not a catching disease, there is depression.
Yep.
Yeah. Depression, broken heart, whatever you call it.
And it shows up a lot different in cats
Mhm.
and dogs than it does people.
Our mama Kitty, she brought the kitties in our house because we were leaving the door open for her to come in and out to eat,
Mhm.
you know, and she would rub up on our legs and all that and everything. And then Missy said that Mama's coming in and going in the foyer, front room, going in and then coming out and coming back. So she's moving her kitties in the house.
Mhm.
And then the other day I seen a big yellow Tom, come in our house. I shoot him off because I figured I knew what he wanted.
Yep.
He was trying to find them kittens. Now I don't know how many she had, but she was big and swole up. Well, the day after that Tom came in, she brought one of the cats out and set it down in the middle of the two rockers. She was dead.
Oh.
Or he was dead, the kitty.
Right.
Tar Heels, what do you
So
mean? When
I
buying
disposed of
gold, you can get bars, you can get rounds, you can get pre 1933 gold. You can get there's different ways of getting gold. You can get grams. They even have 1 gram coins, maples, pandas, 1/10.
kangaroos.
Yeah, so when buying gold, if you're just doing it to put some away just to have some, I would stay away from coins and just go with bullion like bars or anything bullion that just says 999 gold on it.
But if you're going with like a Swiss, PAMP and all that, you're paying a premium on that.
Yeah.
Now, another place as far as buying gold and silver, I would say pawn shops.
Yeah.
Because
times.
the jewelry, okay, the simple fact is, from experience, that on my first marriage, okay, I wasn't spending about $3,000 on the engagement and wedding band for her, okay. Mine, I didn't spend that much on. It was just a plain gold band. Well, after she passed away, I didn't have a use for them, needed the money. I took them in. Even though hers had diamonds, they said my plain gold band was worth more money
Mhm.
than hers, and they only gave me like $350 for everything. Now, I would say check with pawn shops on their jewelry because you're paying. I mean, when they buy stuff like that, they're checking to
They pay
see
melt price.
right. They're checking to see what they can get as far as melt value, and then they're going to sell it for a little bit more than that. You can always talk them down on the price because if that's what you're looking for, as far as just for gold and silver for melt value, not as far as you want to buy it to wear it and everything, but you're talking about having it to melt it down for the precious metal it is. Which a lot of pawn shops, that's what they'll actually do. They will take it, and some of them. I talked to one guy. He said, yeah, he gets it in, and he doesn't really sell a lot, so he'll take melt it down for the metal. And then that's another way you can actually buy your gold and silver.
He means talk them down when you're buying it from them, is what he means. You
Yeah, I'm
confuse
talking
the chat a little bit.
right. Briggs, what I'm talking about is, say they paid 35, but they're wanting to say sell it for 100. Talk them down to 70.
Yeah, 50.
Yeah,
Well, they're going to try and get at least. Say they bought it at 35, they want to get 60 at a
Right.
minimum.
You got to
Right.
remember, when you're buying jewelry, you're not buying 3.9 fine gold.
Nope.
You're
Right.
buying the most you're gonna get from a pawn shop is 22 karat.
Yep.
That's the most you're gonna get,
Very rare.
unless they got some stuff stamped 24 karat, which would be like a coin or something,
Yeah,
know,
but most of
a
what you're going to
commemorative
get from a
coin,
pawn shop
and that's
is
pure gold.
14 and 18 karat,
Right.
because that's all
14,
people.
18, 22.
Oh, 22 is actually kind of rare.
Yeah.
Well, they got a lot of jewelry that's 22,
I
and
know, but
that's
Tar Heels, if I was you, with the way the economy's going right now, I'm not a jewelry person. I've even been thinking about this. Is going to a pawn shop because they love having their 35 to 50% off sales because they get so much jewelry and they can't get rid of it.
Mhm.
Yep.
You can go in, if you shop around and do your due diligence just a little bit, you can find 14, 16 karat gold. Now you want to go to Google and use a gold calculator, but you want to put in, is it 14 karat, 10 karat, what is it? And 1 gram, 2 grams, how much is what, and you can actually make money doing that. And then but how you would make money is you take that straight to a gold buyer.
Yep.
But the gold buyer is going to give you more than what a pawn shop's going to give you.
oh yeah.
So you want to buy from a pawn shop, but you want to find the sales and you want to sell to a gold buyer.
Hit the thrift stores and the antique stores, because they will sell it cheap as costume jewelry.
Oh, I don't know how many times I've gone into antique stores and I have found sterling silver, the old dishes, platters, things of that nature from the Victorian era. And they're selling them for 50 cents a piece. And I'm like, they missed the word sterling on this thing. I mean, I'm over here going, how much for the whole box?
Yep.
This one guy literally said, oh, if you want it that bad, I'll give me $5. There was 30 pieces.
Hell
You
yeah.
couldn't get your wallet open fast enough, huh?
I gave him 10 because I felt like crap.
Gave him 10 so you wouldn't feel guilty.
Right, pretty much.
And
I took that to my gold buyer, and he said, this is all sterling. I said, well, what do you think about it? I said, I don't do anything with sterling. I'm not going to melt it down.
I'm glad you got it back, Scott.
I know that, and then I know you have customers that come in just for this stuff. And I said, what would you give me for the whole box? And he ended up giving me $575 for the whole box.
Yep.
And a lot of pawn shops, they buy by pennyweight. When they buy gold,
Yeah.
they paying you in pennyweight, which is just a different way to weigh jewelry. I know a friend of mine, he was an electrician. He taught electricity
Stop changing your names.
class at
Hey, he's
at
doing
trade
good.
school.
It's his third
And he
name.
bought a lot of gold jewelry.
But
That's it, right? Right, Briggs? How the antiques on
now,
right here.
I was going to say another thing is old computer parts.
Yeah, to melt.
Oh,
I mean, if you really want to be that guy and sit there and melt down all that gold and silver just to get a little bit off.
yeah, but it takes chemicals to do that, and sometimes you got just as much money in chemicals as the gold you recover.
No.
There's a lot of YouTube channels that will tell you that. do not attempt this unless you know your onions and chemistry. You're outside with these and have a gas mask on
Yep.
and all that to do it right.
474, Bob.
And they'll tell you, look, I'm doing this for a hobby. It's costing me the same amount in chemicals as the gold I'm recovering from it. So, and it is pure gold.
All right. Well, Nader, I'm going to have to get off of here because I've got to get to bed.
All right.
My schedule is now 3 to 11, so that way when I get home, I have the afternoon to deal with the
And
machine.
yeah, I will say this, like Crystal was just saying, I'm finally up to 474 subs. I'm getting there.
Getting there.
I'm slowly
I mean, you guys can see I haven't put out content on my Money Maniac channel in a long time. Well, there's reasons. I'm just way too busy right now.
You haven't even put any content out on your other channel.
Just too busy. I want to do the Bible studies and everything on the Billy Sean's Word, but if I'm not coming, I'm going or I'm sleeping.
William, what is gold melt?
How much? Right now, what's the gold melt? It's 25. I know for silver.
1950 probably, or 1870 something.
Actually, right now it's 2013, 60 cents.
2013. Okay. 1950. Oh, damn! I was a little ways
Okay,
off.
so 2,000 per pound.
No, per
ounce.
Per ounce. Okay, so
2013.
If you have a 1 ounce bar and that's going to be extremely little, you can get $2,000.
Yep.
If you have a 1 pound bar, 16 ounces.
No, I think he's wondering how much to buy it at.
You don't want to buy bars, baby. You don't have enough money.
Yeah, bars, a 1 ounce bar. Yeah, it's going to be whatever
it's going
to be a premium over spot if you deal with Atmex or JM Bullion or.
All right. Anyway, good night.
Before
Later.
Money, night, Miss
hang on. Before you go, Money.
Yes.
Riggs wants me to show what happened yesterday, since you didn't see it.
There's Miss Money.
Hey, Miss Money. He balled his baby's butt.
I found out I got a bald spot right. Oh, he's showing this.
Damn, got his 4 o'clock shadow running in there.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, I found out I got a bald spot right back here, as you guys can see.
Mayor ain't got to worry about dandruff.
He's got,
yeah, there it is. I got that too. I got it worse than you.
So I'm getting ready to
do the same thing.
You gotta look like me for long.
No, this weekend, if I shave it, it's all 100% shaved.
Well, the reason that he went up doing
But
that.
anyway,
I've got that appointment tomorrow, and it's $240. So he paid me $220 to do it.
Yeah, it was on the corn dog video.
Yep.
Now, but I shaved it live on Renegade's live stream. All right. Good night.
Sweetie. You shaved it.
Well, I did some of it. You did the rest.
Yeah.
I got started on it. But yeah, it was on the corn dog lunch.
No.
It would take more than 200 for me to shave my head.
Thank you, William. Appreciate it. I need more. I mean, I know that they've got the what they call the No Name Nationals coming up, and this big drag race that a lot of different YouTubers go to, and in order to get in on the race, in order to participate, you have to have at least 500 subs. If you can only watch.
I'll be honest, Tommy. If Briggs is willing to hand over 5, I'll do mine.
Dang. A bald-headed woman.
And
wouldn't be the first time.
Not for me either.
Yep. But yeah, I wound up doing the like I said, I wound up doing it yesterday.
Oh, me? Briggs.
No, I think he's talking about me. No, I
Yeah,
got plenty. I got plenty. It's just the top I'm missing right here. That's
Yeah.
called
I got
a receding hairline on steroids. But
Yep.
no, I got plenty. I got plenty. 300.
Nope.
I think that's for
Five is my minimum. There
I
ain't
think
no
that's
way.
for me. Who's
For
that
you,
300 for us, Briggs?
I won't do it for less
Real
than 5.
92 said Kojak.
Because it'll
Where
take
your
me
lollipop?
it'll take me 2 months to get that much hair back.
I love you,
How
baby.
long?
2 months?
Oh, I thought you said 18 months.
No.
But you gotta consider okay, now one thing we did talk about yesterday was the last time I did it. And if we figured it out, it was June 3rd last year when I did it last.
Yeah, no. Sorry, Briggs.
That
Mine
was
is
the last
5.
time I had my hair cut was June 3rd. Now I did a little trimming in the front and on the sides, but everything else, nope.
Besides, it's $42. It's $40 just for me to go get my hair trimmed, and that's just taking just the ends off. $40,
Wow, that's too much.
Yep.
and that's at one of the cheap ones.
Yep.
I do Missy's. I cut Missy's hair all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, 300 for Crystal. I thought he meant 300 for me.
No, he was talking about, it pays
Crystal.
300 for Crystal to do it.
Yeah, and that goes into my Cash App, not his.
Now,
Which maybe
Yep.
would have to send him that
Yep.
info.
yeah, Bob, right now it's going to be definitely going to be cooler. We're fixing to be getting the hot part of the year. So that's why I don't mind. And it's like, yeah, and besides, I've got that appointment tomorrow. And that's, Briggs actually helped me pay for me going to the doctor.
It works.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's mighty nice of him, though, for doing that. I do give him that. That's mighty
Yeah.
nice of him.
I tried 250, and he says, nope, 220 would be, what he does. Okay, fine.
Yeah. But yeah, 500 is no. We'll negotiate, but not $200 short of that, man. No.
But yeah, I'll find out tomorrow. After once they do the ultrasound and get everything back to the doctor, and she gets a chance to look at it, be able to determine as far as what's going on. Because right now, the doctor's thinking it might be dealing with pancreas.
And seeing everybody was saying gallbladder last time around.
Everything gallbladder, but its fact is that last year, when I was went to the ER and everything, some of the lab results and everything were coming back. I forget which one it was. I looked at, did the research on it. It was talking about pancreas, and because the numbers were high. I mentioned that to the gastroenterologist, and she kind of like blew it off. But now I guess we're coming back with not only blood work, but also stool samples and everything. And that's, now this doctor here is going, hold it. Yeah, it could be pancreas.
Yeah.
And so now, they got a list, which they never did email me. I've got to get a hold of the clinic again to have them send me the list of what different vitamins the doctor wants me to start taking.
Okay, Scott says if someone can pay 100, he'll pay the other 4.
Yeah. But I need to. I think one of them was like cod liver oil, and it's like okay.
And they got
Only,
that colostrum,
only
which we've got.
Missy, she would do it if the price was right, and so far the price ain't right.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have a problem with it.
I
I've
remember
done
the nurse told me when I was in the emergency room, she says, I need a urine sample. I said, I think you might be out of luck. I said, because I don't have to go. And she was like, well, I got the cup right here and the lid. She said, try your best, because if you can't supply it, I'm going in there and getting it myself. And I'm like, what you mean? She says, I'm gonna put a catheter in you. And she says, believe me, it don't feel good.
no.
And I'm like, well, put it this way. I can put it in so many words. She's scared the piss out of me.
Exactly.
It's like okay, give me a container, I'll fill it.
Yeah, pretty much. And I lost my hook under my chair.
But yeah, that's what's
Yeah,
going
Missy,
on.
I'm willing to go bald.
Well, yeah, that shave it.
No.
Clip it first, then shave it, because I don't think you clip it and handle it all at one time. You do it short, then you come back after that's gone, and then you come back with the clippers and finish it off.
Boo, since my hair is trained to go backwards, all he has to do is hold and come up underneath it, and he'll literally be able to pull chunks away like that.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Because my hair literally is once I've cut it short before, I've cut it
She's had it short.
I've cut it as short as his, I've done the pixie cuts. My hair, I always train it to go backwards.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because of ponytails.
She's already had her in the 2 years we've been together. I know she's already had her hair cut about 4 different times. That was 4.
3.
Okay. And
we got together, it was down here. I got it cut up to here.
Right.
And then it grew back out, and I got it cut and into a pixie cut. And then I got it trimmed, but I only got about yay much off the last time.
Right. But since you and I have been together, you've only seen me. I've only done this the second time for this, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I've
you've never seen me bald.
No. But what I'm saying is, I've only cut my hair twice.
Mm-hmm.
This second time.
But yeah, and the hot weather doesn't bother me. I know I've got an Easter thing at church, so I'll put a bandana on for that. And if I actually go out of the house, I'll put a bandana on. Because that way I don't have to listen to, oh my God, why'd you do that? Are you sick or something?
And besides, I got plenty of skull caps you could always get from me.
Tommy, I'm lucky enough that I'm still young enough that I will be able to grow it back.
Oh yeah.
Now I had an aunt; she literally could not grow her hair more than about 2.5 to 3 inches because she would cut it, bleach it, dye it, perm it. She went through that entire cycle in 2 months. She would wait 3 months and then do it again.
Yeah, Arnie's got a point right there. He saves money cutting his own hair, but the difference between a bad haircut and a good haircut.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what the difference is. 3 weeks. You never notice it.
Yep.
With me, it's what ponytail holders and clips can I use, or bandanas. That's mine. That's how a female hides a bad cut. She ties it up, she chops it way off, or she covers it up with a bandana.
Yep. Or a hat.
Yeah. The longest I've ever had mine is down to here. And that was okay. I'm 6. No, I was 7.5 months pregnant. I was like, I am tired of this. And it was August. I went in and I had it cut right below my ear. So it was right here.
That's a bob there.
Oh, yeah.
Short and sassy, like in Dorothy Hamilton's day.
Pretty much, yeah. I just had them take the back and shave that to the skin so that when it grew, the layers didn't look that bad. And I actually have layers now, so it wouldn't bother me a bit to cut it out.
You know, a long time ago, there was this company advertising this machine. It was more or less for the commercial hairstylists or whatever.
This was where I got it cut back in April, Missy.
But that people, a regular, Joe Public could buy this machine
Mm-hmm.
that cut hair perfect every time. And what they did, they strapped you in this machine. You were kind of at an angle, okay? And your legs and feet strapped in, and they turned you completely upside down, okay? And your hair would fall. This is for not everybody, but certain people. Their hair would fall, lay down, coming down, and what they would do, they would just trim all even right there.
Yep.
Straight across, and when you were flipped back over, your hair was layered perfectly.
Yep.
Perfectly. Your hair was layered. Because there's the distance between the back of your head to your forehead.
Yep.
Okay? Your bang line and the back where your hair is at. That's what made it perfect.
I did that.
And they were charging $40 for a haircut in California with those machines.
Yeah, I did something similar, but what mine was is my aunt had a bar at her house. So she cooked and then she could hand stuff into the living room, pass through. Well, the way it was set up, I could actually get up high enough and lay flat back on it. I did that and she chopped my hair straight.
That's true.
True. Well, no, his beard grows faster than his hair, so
yeah.
Mater doesn't have to worry about dandruff. All he has to worry about is yellow waxy buildup now.
Yep.
Head wax. Shiny, Mr. Clean Wax.
Like I said, I got something that takes care of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I mean, now if I wanted to make it shiny, I could get that Minwax and put on.
Oh yeah. That's what I say. All you got to do is worry about yellow waxy buildup.
Yep.
Because there is a head wax for guys that are bald.
Oh yeah.
And they just put that wax on there when they go out in the sun. It doesn't.
I have some beeswax hand lotion, and I can put that on his hand and just play like a bowling ball, shine it.
Yeah. Shoe shine boy.
Hey, like I said, I'm not worried about it. That just gives me the money to be able to pay for the appointment tomorrow. And then, like I said, I've got heading over to Harbor Freight to get those stands. And then I was on the phone today with certain place of business that's got my property. I'm going back, and the owner's already said that, hey, I don't even have to worry about showing him the police report or anything. It's like, hey, we got your stuff sitting in the back. We pulled it all. We'll hand it right to you. No questions asked. And the owner is, hey, Junkyard.
Hi, Junkyard.
What's up, Junkyard?
Long time no see.
We have sunscreen.
Yeah. But anyways, that the owner of that place of business, he's contemplating about filing theft charges.
Yep.
Yep.
But problem is, right now we don't have the address for my son.
Well, I never said who it was.
I ain't worried about it. He's done played fuck up and find out, and he needs to be away from me right now.
Yep, because he's fixing to be given a trespass warning and everything.
So that means I permanently have a dog and a cat.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. That's right, Renegade.
Which one? I got two of them.
Well, there's only one that the company sent you to.
Yeah,
review.
true.
Okay.
True.
No, that actually might break skin.
No.
Even with the buffing pads I have.
Well, I got some buffing pads that came
gotta
with
be
it.
them.
Plus, I got the other ones that came with the Cobalt one.
They got to be them soft chamois pads and sheepskin pads.
Mater, I got some in the bedroom that I ordered.
Yep. Yeah. Well, Briggs, he's fixing to find out crap's about to hit the fan for him. The hard way.
And he's
that's the main reason I like this.
So we're done with it, and we're done with it on live streams too.
Yeah. But anyways, I gotta shut it down. Sorry, after 9 o'clock.
Yep.
So Cajun, go and take us on out of here.
All righty then. All right, everybody. Y'all know the routine. It's good being a nod to the grass. Y'all stay safe. Be that way. Be that way. Stay safe. And as always, love, peace, and cracking and grease. Catch y'all later. Blue top.
All right. Well, I appreciate everybody that's been here, especially up in the panel. Everybody coming into the chat and everything. All I'm saying is y'all stay safe. God bless. Good night, and we'll see y'all next week here on my stream. And whoever else is going to be doing one, let's see, probably Renegade on Friday. Daryl. Probably, maybe Cajun if he goes live Friday.
No.
And
Thinking
of course,
about it, yeah, I mean, birthday live.
Right. And then probably Polar Bear on Saturday and
Sunday.
Sunday.
Mark and Sandy on Saturday, Polar Bear on Sunday.
Yep. So we'll be around. Don't worry, you'll be able to get a chance to see me somewhere. So y'all stay safe. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
So later.